Your license plate has been scanned repeatedly. Automatic license plate scanners have become standard equipment. They're on police cars, they're installed at intersections, and private companies use them to scan traffic too. All this scanning has created an ocean of data about Americans' movements.
It's just an awesome tool that we can mount on the existing squad cars that will capture license plates.
The automated license plate readers can do in 1 minute what would normally take officers up to an hour to do manually. The city of Carrollton is the latest North Texas city to invest in the technology. There will be 4 cameras mounted on police cruisers that are randomly patrolling the city.
It's going to be able to identify repeat criminals that continue to target the area to help identify their vehicles as they come and go throughout the area.
I think what part of the deal is here is see the top of his car. Hopefully you're not getting too much wind noise, but the top of his car here has the plate and I assume face recognition stuff on his car. And I think that's the reason we catch him with so many pot searches, because he'll see a license plate that maybe somebody might have had an arrest or might have had something or a ticket or suspicion or something like that before, and he finds a reason to pull them over so that he can search their car.
It's going to be able to identify repeat criminals that continue to target the area to help identify their vehicles as they come and go throughout the area.
University of Washington grad student Bryce Newell has a laptop that's filled with millions of license plate scans. The scans were done by the Seattle police, and each one locates a specific car in a specific time and place, and it's all searchable.
So it looks like we have a couple hits already.
You found me.
He plugs in my car's license, and up comes evidence of a long-forgotten errand.
It looks like we have you here on University Way, and this was at 3:30 in the afternoon.
But looking up a single license plate is easy. Newell's a PhD student in surveillance. That's something you can study now. And what really interests him is what happens when you analyze millions of license plate scans at a time. He says with that many scans, you start to see larger patterns.
As we mix data between roving systems on these patrol cars and systems mounted on, say, red lights, the law enforcement could get a much better picture of our individual movements and, with enough data, predict where we might be or when we might leave our home or when we might be at home, for instance.
That degree of prediction is still just theoretical, but some police agencies have started analyzing their stored plate data. Ron Sloan is director of the Colorado Bureau of Investigation.
We were able to do some rudimentary analysis of that data to try to determine whether or not there were vehicles that were going through the area that did not live in the area and that were from outside of the area, or vehicles that would not have been their route driving to home.
In other words, they were looking for license plates that stuck out somehow. Sloan thinks this technique is promising, and he's worried about losing it. Privacy concerns have inspired some states to limit these databases, forcing police to delete records after a period of time. Sloan is the president of the Association of State Criminal Investigative Agencies, and in March, he and other leaders of police associations sent a letter to Congress warning that the police may lose a powerful new tool because of the public's misconceptions. That's their word.
assuming they don't have anything. They've taken them, they've put them on a curb, they've watched over
wasted their time.
Armed men standing over them watching them, while other armed men are just going through all your personal possessions. And if they don't find anything, it's all for nothing. It's ridiculous.
So stupid.
See, it's clear that he didn't find anything in the car, so now he's going to search them individually. He didn't find anything on that guy. But, you've got 3 cop cars on a Sunday afternoon.
Was that his phone?
His wallet.
Oh, they took his wallet?
Mm-hmm. So they can look in his wallet.
Why did they need 3 cops for this?
Probably because those guys are all taller than him. You can probably outrun him. I think they just like to be equal numbers, I guess. Shoes off. It's standard operating procedure for this guy. I've seen him do it. He gets them, takes their shoes off. It's like clockwork. Just why you don't talk to police ever. I mean, if they don't find anything, look how embarrassing it is for these guys. Assuming they don't have anything. They've taken them, they've put them on a curb, they've watched over
wasted their time.
Armed men standing over them watching them, while other armed men are just going through all your personal possessions. And if they don't find anything, it's all for nothing. It's all because he's got a quota to fill, apparently.
Okay, can't you, tell them about the point system?
Yeah.
Why don't you?
I do.
You did?
When I talk to people all the time.
What do they say?
Most people are unaware of the system. They just, there's always the rumor about quotas.
Mm-hmm.
City of Carrollton appears to have changed or renamed it points. It seems like, a horse of a different color is all it is. It's still a horse.
Do they have to apologize to them if they don't find anything?
No, they're not doing anything. They just hand them their stuff back. I've seen it. They go through it, they violate them, and then hand them their stuff back, and most of the time they still give them a ticket or whatever else, even after all of this inconvenience. And
how are they able to do that?
They do it all under color of law. Boy, man, they're trying to find something. Look at that. He's digging in there.
What is that? A piece of paper?
No, it's the sunscreen. No, I mean, understand, this is not about police officers. You know, I have all the respect in the world for police officers. I don't have any respect for tax collectors and point people. This is not police work. If they don't find anything, this is just harassing kids just because you know, they feel like their odds of catching a young guy with pot is greater. So every time they get the opportunity, it seems, they just rake them over the coals. And like I said, this isn't the first time I've watched it. And I have yet to see them arrest somebody for it. Every time I see one of these, they end up just letting them go because they don't find anything. But they end up getting their tickets anyway.
How are they able to do that? What do they give them a ticket for?
Well, I mean, let's say that these guys were speeding. They can give them a ticket for speeding. But they really don't care about the speeding most of the time. Like, I wonder if this guy has a front license plate, because that's what they use a lot of times. Even though you can't read the Carrollton Police Department's front license plate. See, it's obstructed. If you look at that one over there.
I can't even read it.
The front there, that bar obstructs their front license plate. But they use the front license plate thing all the time. There's a car, one of the police officers, a detective, I think, at the police station that has a April registration tag on his car from last year. So he is, right now, he's like 9 months past due, and he doesn't have a front license plate, but they don't do anything to him, but they'll harass these kids. So now look at him yucking it up. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we violated you. Sorry.
He stands like he's the coolest guy ever.
I don't have any, I mean, I've really not had any interaction except watching him. He seems, you know, I mean, all right. This guy over here, I've seen him do this with these kids, and it seems like that's his MO. He goes out, finds a reason to pull kids over in a car, and then just, look at that, he's got tickets in hand. You know, instead of, you know what, you violated the crap out of these guys. Why don't you just let them go, since you didn't find what you were looking for?
Oh, so he is giving them a ticket.
Yeah, so he's going to give the guy a ticket.
Here, let me hold it out the window. So you can see what I'm doing.
It is your constitutional right to do exactly that, and this is the reason that we do it.
They can't do anything about it.
Can't do a thing about it. Film the fact.
I am.
I'm talking about the kid. Guys.
What are you doing, bro?